to be the Aquarius reading. I would like to say that I've added other videos. I have the 4 elements runes that I'm doing now. I am incorporating the runes more into my readings. And if I'm guided to, like your whole reading for your sign may be in runes, it just depends on what I'm being guided to do. Because I am very in touch with my spiritual guidance right now. And I'm following, finally following it. I'm no longer working against myself. So with that being said, do watch for those. I'm still doing my past lives and my all signs and also my twin flame readings. So do check those out. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, you have 2 options. I can either send you the video and the cards if you don't want to have the social interaction, because I get it, because I'm not a real social person right now. I'm very introverted, and that's all right. There's no judgment. But if you would like to have a video chat reading, we can do that as well. Both of those are $40, and you can pay through PayPal or Cash App. Or if you would like to make an energy donation, those are welcome as well. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We have the Ace of Staffs. And basically, the staffs are the same as the wands. And the message that I got with this card right away is power. And this is really owning your power, stepping into your power. And how do you do that? You take back parts of yourself that you gave away to others. Anytime that you feel like your happiness is dependent upon someone else, that is giving your power away. Anytime, you have to really ask yourself, you have to really be honest with yourself and ask yourself what your intentions are. If it's a romantic partner that you're seeking, you have to ask yourself, why do I want this partner? And if you, and really think about it, be honest with yourself. And if it has anything to do with how they make me feel complete and whole. I need their comfort. I need their support. Any of those things are conditional. And it's all codependency. That is not love. That is all fear. So you have to ask yourself, and you have to get to the place where you can say things like, I love the conversation that we have. It's amazing having someone who's on the same wavelength as me and arriving at the same conclusion together. That is so magical. I really want to spend time really getting to know this person and connecting on a soul level. That is the reason why I want them in my life. Because I know I'm whole and complete on my own, and they can add to that. I don't need them to come in and fill a void, because I've already filled that void myself. Sorry, my hands are hurting. I've been having ascension symptoms, although they are getting better. So that is the energy I'm getting with this card. Do check your intentions, because that is the signal you are sending out into the universe. And whenever you come from a place of need or neediness, and it's all right to acknowledge what your needs are, but make sure that you are directing those towards yourself. You're not coming from a place of lack or scarcity or placing blame on someone else because they are not fulfilling your needs. Because I have some new information that's came to me. And I'm always talking about feel what you feel, and be mindful of your thoughts, because your thoughts are how you are creating your reality, and this is true. But more than your thoughts is the belief in those thoughts and that energetic signal that you are sending out into the universe. And so you might think that you are ready to be in a partnership, a divine partnership, a spiritual, soulful relationship with somebody, one that's healthy. But as long as you are still operating from a fear-based energy and sending out those signals, it doesn't make any difference what you're saying. It's your energy. So do check in with your energy, and that is how you get in touch with your power. We have the stone people, vigilance. And basically the energy I'm getting from the stone people is do honor your feelings, be true to your feelings. A lot of times we feel like it's not okay to not be all right. Okay, I'm not feeling all right today, so something must be wrong with me. And this is bad. I know I've kind of been going through that too. But it happens when you start really getting in touch with your feelings and learning how to be all right with them. And so don't judge that. You know, sometimes I know I find myself with like, I'll judge a situation as good. Oh, this person is calling me or texting me, so I must be doing something right. Oh no, I'm not hearing from this person, or this isn't happening anymore. Something that I perceive to be good isn't happening anymore. So it must be bad. I must have done something wrong. And all of that is all wrong, because everything is here to serve you and everything is here to teach you something. And so look at it. You know, and if you are alone right now and nobody's around you, then that is your soul giving you the gift of space to work through things right now. With the stone people, what I'm getting is feeling hard, like you have to be hard and kind of suppress your feelings and put on that brave face and act like everything's all right when it's not. There's not strength in that. There's strength in being vulnerable and being open. I think her name is Brene Brown, and she makes a lot of, does a lot of videos for like TED Talks about vulnerability. So do check her out, because vulnerability is very important to having meaningful, lasting relationships. And you can be vulnerable with your energy, because like I said, it depends on what kind of signal you're sending out. If you send out the signal, you know what, I'm not angry, I'm not blaming anyone, you know, right now I just need a little time and space to myself, and that's all right, and that's being divinely guided. I'm not playing any games. I'm not trying to punish anybody for feeling like they walked out on me or they rejected me, you know, because a lot of times we get into that passive aggressive energy where we want to play games with people because we feel some kind of way. And when you send that signal out, that's what you're going to get more of. So send out a signal from a pure place. We have the world, and this is all how you are seeing the world, because understand, you are aligning to different timelines by the signal that you are sending out. So do be responsible for your energy. And the signal that we're sending out reflects back to us. And then we have this view of the world. But if you have created something in your reality that you're not happy with, and understand, we need to learn to be grateful and happy for all situations. But for all practical purposes, for the sake of conversation, there's contrast. There's what we like and what we don't like. So if you have manifested something into your reality that you don't like, don't resist it. In fact, clear your energy. What I've been doing is I've been using sage to clear my home, or Florida water, which I make myself. And then I've been taking salt baths. And I've been meditating. And this clears your energy. Because otherwise you're stuck and you're stagnant and you're so focused on what's happening right now that you really ground that into your reality, and you want it to move, you want it to change. So stop focusing on it and do look at whatever it's trying to show you and be like, you know what, this is not even the first time I've attracted this situation into my life. You know what, I'm finally going to take a look at this. You know, I had somebody on Facebook this morning I was trying to help that was, you know, had posted that she's always aligning basically to emotionally unavailable men who walk out on her or who leave her, go back to their ex, all these types of situations. And I was trying to get her to look at the pattern, because you have to identify your core wound. I finally have done that. In fact, I literally had to reactivate my core wound, which is really very painful. In fact, today I thought I was going to have to put this video on hold for a while, because I've been dealing with that. But I thought that I would use what I'm going through right now to help others. I never did identify what my core wound was. I thought it was fear of loss. And in a way it is, but I got more specific with it because I was able to see some different scenarios in my life, and they all have a common theme. And they all involve me feeling very, very rejected. In fact, y'all remember it wasn't that long ago I was talking about quitting my channel, and I said I thought it was that fear of failure. No. It was fear that people were going to reject me and they weren't going to accept my messages. And so as people were kind of, commenting some shitty things, this really triggered that in me. And, I disabled comments and I felt very bullied and harassed. And but I really was able to pinpoint that my core wound is fear of rejection. Once you pinpoint what that core wound is and you really feel it and you kind of sit with it, and I had to... My phone's on Do Not Disturb right now because you know what? I'm not taking calls or text. And that is perfect. And am I doing that out of passive aggressiveness? No, I'm doing that because you know what? It's what I need right now. I need this time. I need the space. And I need to be able to work through it. And so that is the signal that I sent out into the universe because it's all about what I need right now. And you have to get to the point where it's all about what you need. But with this world card right here, the reason why you're seeing your world in a certain way is because of the experiences and the conditioning that you've taken on has kind of affected the way you view the world. And so as you start clearing these things and you realize, you know what? These are all just illusions anyway. And you start seeing things more clearly and you start realizing that you have interests and desires, and your soul's desire is like not even what you thought it was. You start really waking up to who you are, and your world changes around you because your outward world is going to reflect whatever you have inside. Warm and fuzzy. Place a hand gently on your heart, arm, or cheek. Take a moment to feel the sensations and emotions that rise. So yes, you are dealing with feelings. I felt that very strongly, and I can relate because I've been dealing with feelings as well. And do be careful that when you feel what you feel, but don't assign blame to your feelings. Own your own feelings. This is how you feel. Nobody made you feel that way. It was your own perception, your own thoughts, and your own beliefs in your thoughts that made you feel that way. So shift your perspective and that will change. But at the same time, don't judge what's happening now. Don't be like, oh, this is bad. I'm just having such an emotional day. This is just so bad. It's perfect because evidently this is what's supposed to happen right now. We have the Empress, and this could also be the Emperor. And once again, I feel very strongly this is about stepping into your power. And it goes along with this card right here. And how do you step into your power? By facing your shit. By not blaming others, because when you blame others, guess what? That's victim mentality. That's giving away your power. Get to the point where, you know what? No one can do anything to you or make you feel any type of way because you yourself have your own power back. I don't know any other way to describe this card. Snakes usually have to do with intuition. And intuition is your feeling and your deep sense of knowing. And that comes from your feelings. So if you are somebody who's been trying to get in touch with your intuition and you don't know why, you have not been able to balance that or really develop your intuition, it's because you're denying your feelings. And so this card here would come in very handy about place a hand gently on your heart, arm, or cheek. Take a moment to feel the sensations and emotions that rise. And that is how, once you get in touch with your feelings will be able to guide you intuition-wise. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. This is all about that transmuting. And how do we transmute? We face those fears. And this is like the sun and the moon, that eclipse, that yin yang, that two sides of the same coin that fit together perfectly. The light and the dark side, and one is not better than the other. They are equal. But you have to face both parts of them, and you have to incorporate those. And it involves not rejecting any parts of yourself, accepting every single thing about yourself. Stop trying to change yourself. A lot of times people think healing is changing yourself. No. And I have said this before, you're a whole and complete. You don't have to go to fancy healers and stuff. Basically, all you need to do is face your shit head on. Look at it from a different point of view. Look at it like from the outside looking in, like you're a spectator. Detach from it. Don't be so personal. Don't take it so personally. And really take a look at it. And that is how change comes. That's how you're able to face these fears. You know, I looked back on, okay, where did this fear of rejection come from? Okay, the man I thought was my dad left when I was 8 years old and never came back. And people have been rejecting me ever since because I felt like a victim, first of all. I started feeling unworthy, that, you know, people are just going to reject me like he did. But basically, I was allowed to see the fact that last year I had repressed memories returned, that I was actually sexually abused before the age of 8. He left at the age of 8 when I was 8. And so basically my spiritual guidance was, you know what? He did not leave because you weren't good enough. He was forcibly removed from your life. We removed him from your life. It was for your own good. So if you have lost anything that has not been returned to you, that is making you feel some kind of way, that has you stuck in these patterns of low self-worth, you cannot lose what is yours. If you have lost something, it was for your highest good, and it had nothing to do with you. So stop taking it personally. We have the Page of Coins. And this is a new opportunity for you. This is a new opportunity to see things from a higher viewpoint. You know, this is the point I should come in and tell you, you know, new lovers coming in, or a new job, or, you know, what, all these kind of things. And I had said in one of my other videos that I made the other day, I do not consider myself a psychic or a fortune teller, because when you, and I'm not taking away from any other card readers, trust me, I'm not, but when you go and consult somebody to ask them what is going on in your life, or what does your future look like, or whatever else, and let's say, for example, you know, they tell you your spouse is cheating on you, you know, your husband's cheating on you with a blonde at work, and you're like, you know what, he does have a blonde secretary. I have been very insecure about her. I had a bad feeling about that. You know what? That's fucked up. And you know what? It's true. And why is it true? Because you believed it. Because whenever you go looking for trouble, guess what? There it is. Because you went looking for it. And so that is the reason why those readings are so accurate, because you align to it right away. Because whatever story you are telling yourself, whatever you believe to be true, is true. So start upgrading your stories, because you deserve more. You deserve better. And I'm here to teach you how to create the reality of your dreams. I mean, what if I told you right now that somebody is going to pull up in your life and they're going to be in a sports car, you know, like, you know, you're female, and, you know, there's this man, he's going to show up in a sports car, he's going to be wealthy, he's going to sweep you off your feet and take you, you know, everywhere you want to go, and you align to that, and that is not what you wanted on a soul level. You know, because a lot of times those types of situations are very codependent, especially when you're with somebody who has money, because you know what? Money is power. And you want to be in more of an equal relationship instead of somebody having power over you. I mean, I'm getting off the subject a little bit, but what I'm saying is really get in touch with what you want and be very careful of the signal that you're sending out. We have the spring card, and when I see spring, I think about renewal. And flowers sometimes can indicate, you know, a wedding, rebirth, a wedding, birth of a baby. Because things are coming back to life again after the winter time. So somebody could be having a baby right now. Somebody, if you're, you know, it could be a marriage proposal. But more than that, what I'm getting with this is that whole rebirth, that you basically had to die to what you were before, because that wasn't you. And now you're becoming aware of things that really truly are you and that really truly do resonate with your soul. Maybe you've always listened to one kind of music, and all of a sudden now you're like, man, I'm listening to something new. Where's this coming from? You know, stuff like that. Sometimes I find myself using old words. I called my bed stately yesterday. I said I have a stately bed. What the fuck? I had to look up stately. What does stately mean? I said, oh my God. But you know, that's when like past lives sometimes bleed in. But your soul has all the ancient knowledge of all that it's ever been. And so that does happen. And that's when them deja vu moments come up. The Hierophant. And once again, this can mean a wedding. The Hierophant and these flowers here, this could definitely indicate a wedding. Somebody's getting married. This can also be those religious beliefs that you grew up with that, you know, suddenly now they don't resonate with you. And if they don't resonate with you, then it's all right. But I'm really getting this is some sort of sacred union. And this could be coming into union with your own self too, with your own soul, that soul alignment. Or it could be a physical marriage, because look, to clarify that card, we have sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. But you know, the point that I'm making here is that the most sacred relationship that you can have is the one that you have with yourself. Make that the number one and most important relationship in your life, and watch your soul energy activate. And you will start attracting so many more higher vibrational situations into your life, because you are aligned to what is really you. Nobody is their body. Nobody. These are just like the host for our souls. So stop seeing yourself as your body. Souls do not know age, gender, race, ethnicity. That's the reason why I try not to get too involved in anything having to do with race or with gender, for the simple fact that souls don't even know that. You know, in your past lives or timelines, as I call them, you could have been the other gender, you could have been a different race, a different ethnicity, all of these things. So these things do not matter. We are not our bodies. So stop looking at it from a physical standpoint. We have the Knight of Staffs. Clarified by the Moon. And I find it interesting that both of these involve water. And a message that's coming through is do spend more time around water, because water is recharging. There's a reason why people are baptized in water. And water is good for so many things. I mean, it's good for cleansing, and it's good for recharging. I know a lot of times I'll put salts in my bath. I said that before, you know, and that is how you can clear your energy and be ready for new energy. Sometimes I'll put a little honey in my bath, because you know what? It attracts things. But I love magic. And so sometimes I am the main ingredient in my bath potions. But basically what I'm getting with this is spend more time by the water. This is how you're going to recharge your intuition and get in touch with your feelings. I'm feeling this. Some of you might be dealing with a water sign. I know I'm a water sign. I'm a Scorpio, and you might be dealing with Scorpio. I'm sensing this, so, you know, This is for somebody. And we have the House. And we have Lightning. Now, I feel like this lightning has to do with stepping into your power. It's the same energy as that card. And it's almost like the same zigzag. See, it's like a zigzag. Because whenever I see like the lightning symbol, I automatically think about power. I think about being empowered. And there's something about water that gives you power. This is where you get the source of your strength at. I know I'm the same way. And it could have to do with past lives. I know some of us have had past lives that have to do with Lemuria or Atlantis. I know one of my past lives involved being a mermaid. Note, Neptune's daughter. And the moon has to do with illusions. And so there's something that you're not seeing quite clearly right now. And you really need to step back and look at it. And that was that whole energy I got earlier of stepping back and being the spectator and looking in from a place of detachment, emotional detachment, so that you can see it more clearly. And then the House, I feel like I said, there's a lot of cards over here that indicate marriage. And so I do feel like somebody's getting married and moving to a new home. So if you've been waiting on a proposal, guess what? I feel like you're ready. But you do need to do a little bit more work and make sure that your intentions to be with this person. Ask yourself why you want to be with that person, because I feel like that is your only block right now. And if somebody's been trying to get a house, it's coming. All right. It says, Dearest you, miracles never run out. Look back over your life and you will see so many moments of synchronicities when all of the right people, the right place, the right opportunities, and the right time just showed up without any of your help. And think back to how you felt before a miracle happened. You felt you were giving up, but it was more like a gentle surrender to whatever was about to happen. We want you to know that miracles are being concocted for you, and you will never ever run out of them. You just never get to choose how they come, who will deliver them, when they will show up, and what they will do for you. All of that is our department. Spirit knows what is best for you and what wants to be expressed through you. You are incredible and amazing and a magnet for miracles. This would be a good mantra for you today. We're on it. Relax. If you only knew how much you were loved, sigh. Wow. So you need to say you are incredible and amazing and a magnet for miracles. So do say that. That is your mantra today. And release the need to control. And don't be afraid to express your feelings in a healthy, non-blaming way. Thank you. This was your reading for Aquarius, and I'm out.